All right, here it is, my biggest in my life so far. Okay, so before we start this video, I just want to make it clear that, oh my god, I hope I'm able to edit this rain sound out because it's pretty loud. Okay, so before we start this video, I just want to make it clear that I do believe that mistakes are great in life. You know, they teach you things about yourself. But I just wanted to show you guys, you know, I'm human, I'm not perfect, I've made many mistakes in my life, so I'm going to share with you guys some of the mistakes that I have made and what I've learned from them. One of the biggest mistakes that I ever made in my life was lying. Now, I would say that since I was a little girl, there have been many times in my life where I have lied. But lying as an adult is a totally different thing because yes, we should know better. And I'm not talking about little lies, I'm talking about big lies. But when you have to lie as an adult, you cannot really truly be who you are. You know, you're kind of faking the kind of person you are. And I'm not going to go into detail about the lies that I did lie about or what I wasn't honest about, because that is for another video. But they were big lies, you know, lies to the point where I wasn't being myself. I was lying to myself. I was lying to other people. And so I would say that this was one of my biggest mess ups, because I can't swear, I bleeped out the other word. But it was one of my biggest mistakes because I wasn't able to be who I truly was. So the lesson that I learned from lying was that I was living a lie for many years of my life, and I wasn't even able to really truly be who I was or enjoy my life and allow myself to be who I truly was. So that's over and done with. But I would say that lying was probably one of my biggest mistakes because I wasn't able to be who I was. I wasn't able to really enjoy my life. I was lying to not only myself but the people around me. So I would say that this is probably one of the biggest mistakes I've made, and that I definitely don't do this anymore. You know, I'm very straight up and honest with people, and I've learned that lying just gets you nowhere in life because you're not truly being the person that you are. The next biggest mistake I have made, the waiting game. Oh, raise your hand and let me know how many of you out there went through a breakup and thought to yourself during the breakup, what if they come back? Let me live my life based off of what if. And so then you're playing this waiting game of watching what you do, how you live your life, because what if they come back? The truth is, what if they don't? Then you just wasted all of that freaking precious time where you could have been living your life because you're waiting around on a what if. So the waiting game was the worst and the stupidest thing I ever did. I mean, you know, they always end up coming back anyways, but I look back on it like, holy shit, I could have been living my life, you know, like I could have been doing what I wanted to, but instead I was living on a what if. So this is a huge mistake that I have made in my life. And what I have learned from this mistake is to do whatever you want to do. If you are a single person living life, do not live your life on the waiting game. Do not sit around and say, I'm going to behave myself. I'm not going to talk to any other person. I'm just going to wait around and see if this person comes back, so that they will be proud of me that I didn't go out and do exactly what they were doing the whole entire time, because that is what's going on. You're sitting there and they probably know that you're sitting there behaving yourself while they're out going and enjoying their life, because they know that they can just come back and, oh gosh, don't make this mistake, people. This is a mistake you should never make. Do not play the waiting game. Live your life, do your thing, and do not give a fuck about what anybody thinks. Why do you care? You shouldn't care. So when it comes to the waiting game, just do your thing, Do not play the what if in your mind, because you're making a huge mistake and you're wasting time and you're just going to end up regretting waiting around. And honestly, who gives a shit what that person thinks about what you're doing in your free time? Because if they were supposed to be in your life, they would have gotten their shit together in the first place, and you guys would have never ended up in the place that you're in. So this is a realization that took many years for me to come to in order for me not to play the waiting game. But just know, do not wait around. Do not do the what ifs. Live your life. Next biggest mistake I made was being scared to do what I was passionate about. You know, I always was so scared to be judged. I was always scared that people were gonna judge me for stepping out of my comfort zone, and they're gonna say, oh my gosh, here she is, another one of those people who thinks that she's perfect and she can preach. And I'm pretty sure I have people like that out there now, which I don't care. But back then, it stopped me from actually doing these things and wanting to do them, because I was so scared of being judged, of having people criticize me. And I don't know if it comes with getting older, but as I've gotten older, I've learned not to really care about what people think about me. And I feel like that's why I do what I want to do now, because I just have gotten to that point in my life where I don't care. You can love me, you can hate me, but unless you are somebody important in my life, then I kind of really don't care what you think about me. And that's just where I'm at right now. So the lesson that I've learned from being scared of doing what you're passionate about is to just do it. Don't wait around. You're just wasting time, because you're going to have people that hate you regardless. You're going to have people who are going to talk behind your back regardless. And I have definitely learned this recently, is that, you know, you're going to get judged. You're going to get judged. You're going to be told you're fake. You're going to be told how to do things, how you shouldn't do things, or that the message that you're trying to push out there is stupid. The last biggest mistake that I've made in my life is buying expensive things when I probably should have just been saving the money. Because now that I look back on it, the reasoning behind buying these things or having these things or accumulating these unnecessary purchases was that I wanted to feel validated. You know, I wanted to be cool. It was like a status thing. And now that I look back on it, I'm like, what? That's so stupid. Like, who cares? But, you know, back then, the designer brands were in, the red bottoms were in, the Gucci belts were in, and it was a craze. You know, everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted to obtain it because it's a status thing. God, what society teaches us. But that was probably one of my biggest mistakes, is purchasing those things, because in all reality, every single time I received it, even if it was a gift, anytime I received anything that was expensive, it is so true that it's just a momentary happiness. Like when they say money cannot buy you happiness, that saying is so true, it's not even funny. Like, if you're not happy with yourself, that bag or whatever it is isn't gonna make you happy. It's gonna make you happy for like not even an hour, maybe like 15 minutes, and then you're gonna just keep living your life. You know what I mean? So money cannot buy you happiness. And I think a lot of that is why those purchases were made, was because that was a time in my life where I didn't even know who I was. I was so lost. I didn't even love myself, didn't value myself, you know? So I thought if I had these things, it'll make me feel better. But it didn't, you know? I would get them, buy them, or whatever the case was, and it literally made me happy for, God, I wouldn't even say 20 minutes. You know, what is her name? Marie Kondo. The joy that it sparked in me lasted like, God, 3 minutes. And then you look at it and you're like, that was it? You know, that was it? And then when I look at those purchases now, I'm just like, God, I could have done so much other things with that money. So biggest mistake, and I think a lot of people should hear this, was making expensive purchases, because it didn't fill the void. It didn't make me feel validated. It didn't make me feel loved. It just really was a momentary thing. It does not make you feel better. It doesn't buy you happiness. Money does not buy you happiness. So spend your money on things that do make you happy. And you know, there are some people out there who like expensive things, and if that's for you, then that's fine. But it just wasn't something that was for me. It wasn't the thing that fixed me, the thing that made me feel better, or the thing that made me happy. So for me, it was a mistake. All right, guys, so my camera actually died out. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I'm able to share with you guys my mistakes, and I hope that you guys are able to know and learn that, you know, we all make mistakes in life, some bigger than others, but that we are just all human. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment below. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want me to push out. I've been, you know, trying to figure out what content is more suitable or popular than others. So please let me know if you guys have any ideas, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.